Hello lovely people, welcome back to part 23 of this Witcher playthrough on the hardest difficulty. Let's jump into the game. That was our last save. So let's save Keira Metz from herself actually. She does believe that she has a good plan here. So you can see the difficulty, enemy map scaling on, Death March. The difficulty is correct. There will be another quest coming up here soon, once we go back to Keira Metz. So you'll see. The Peller.
I want to talk.
You deaf, damn it! I told you. Who are you?
I've been to the island. I know what happened there.
What do you want of me?
Want to talk to you about Annabelle.
Annabelle? What can you know about her?
I met her. Talked to her.
Annabelle's dead. Drank poison. And I couldn't save her.
Did you love her?
Something mad. Loved her so deep I believed we'd come through, believed we'd be together. Of course, it was not to her father's liking. His daughter and a plain lout.
What happened on Fyke Isle? You gotta tell me.
'Twere Millie, Finch and Faulkner. They rallied the men, all roughs, to go to the Isle, take back what was ours from the noble. They knew I was known at the tower, that the Lord's servants would open the gate for me since I sold them fish.
They force you to go with them?
No, I saw my chance in it. For Annabelle and me to flee. But it all spun in a chaos. Our boys from the village, they started killing everyone. Annabelle, they wanted to rape. First, then she drank the poison. Mage must have gave it her. I ran out the tower, hollering that I wanted to die, cursing them all to hell. Don't force me to speak of it. No more, please.
It wasn't poison. Annabelle drank a strong sleeping potion. Mage wanted to protect her, make it look like she was dead. Convinced everyone.
But that means... is she... You said you spoke to her?
Spoke to her ghost. By the time she awoke, tower was full of cold corpses. And rats. She was warm meat. Rats ate her alive.
You mean... she was alive the whole time? But... can't be. She was cold all through like a corpse. I shook her, begged her, open your eyes. I never thought...
It's not your fault. No guilt in not knowing, and you couldn't know it wasn't poison she drank.
Gods, what have I done? If I had stayed behind to bury her, I'd have noticed she was alive. It might have ended different, ended well.
If you'd stayed on the island, I doubt you'd have survived.
I'd take death over leaving her to the rats like that. But there's naught I can do about it now.
Wrong on that count. Annabelle needs you. Her soul will only find peace if you help her.
But what can I do? It's too late.
Bury her bones. Annabelle should be laid to rest by one who loved her. It's the only way to lift the curse that holds Fyke Isle.
Those are her bones.
Yes.
Give them here. And leave me be.
Dead. Annabelle was no ordinary ghost. She's a pesta. And now she's free.
Pretty scary, huh?
A girl and plated flowers. Looks like a small shrine.
And rats as well. Get a higher level of Undying.
Got coin to spend?
Think he had a card, did he? Let me see.
Wouldn't Would Farewell.
I'm gonna play more Gwent against everyone I see. As soon as I get a couple more better cards, I will be playing against everyone. But our deck is pretty good now, and we can win against most people in the first try. If we don't get super unlucky. Let's grab the herbs.
Geralt, just when I was starting to miss you.
Fyke Isle's free of its curse.
And you withheld this news until now? Why? I gave you a Xenovox. But the curse, what was its source?
The dark spell clung to the spirit of Annabelle, the Lord's daughter. To free her and the Isle, Graham, her beloved, had to help me.
So it ended well.
I lifted the curse, so the island's clear. Annabelle's soul is free. Thing is, turned out she's a pesta. Graham's dead.
And you failed to notice? You're losing your touch. Be that as it may, Fyke Isle is free of its curse. That's important. I'm almost inclined to say good work.
The lamp. What do you want to do with it?
As I said, you may keep it. I don't believe I shall need it anymore, given the Isle's been cleansed. I actually regret not going there with you. Perhaps we can make up for that lost time now.
One thing's bothering me.
What?
Annabelle said Alexander was studying diseases. She mentioned Catriona. You knew this?
All the mages knew about it. Alexander was a highly regarded epidemiologist. I would have given anything for an opportunity to study his notes, but he guarded them jealously.
All right. Time I was on my way.
Perhaps you'd stay just a bit longer? There's one small favor you might yet do for me.
What is it?
I put in an order for a few substances from Novigrad. The trader was due to be here yesterday, but has yet to arrive. Could you see what happened? The package is rather important to me.
Why not? If he was coming here from Novigrad, he must have passed through Blackbow. I'll check the area.
Thank you. I shall be ever so grateful.
Here, the Peller will show up.
Ask a service of the Witcher, the Peller must. A witcherly service, that's to say.
What do you need? Tell me.
A man who fears no evil the Peller needs. Forefathers' Eve is nigh. We've rites to conduct. Wandering souls to emerge. Damned souls, too. We've the circle to protect from these wretches.
Seems like you could use a witcher, so yeah, I'll help.
You'd not refuse. The Peller knew. The time's come to gather the folk. Across the lake we must journey, to Fyke Isle. There in the circle of stones we shall meet.
The sooner we resolve this, the better. Best do it tonight at midnight.
Come on, Roach.
I guess we can go through those two and get to that one. I think there's a fast travel here. Somewhere here. Maybe here in this triangle. Let's see. We can go from here.
Oh, it's drizzling.
We will be doing some fighting as well soon. Let's grab buffs here.
Midges were fighting on account of this downpour.
We are gonna fight the wolves. Oh, wait, it is dogs. There's a very big gang of wolves, dogs I mean. So I'm gonna collide them into the drowners. You see how much damage they deal as well, so... There we go. Very annoying enemies. Why the dogs are so annoying is because they have a very rapid, like they attack rapidly and they deal a lot of damage, so...
Drowners and a water hag. My favorites.
Ah, I couldn't interrupt that attack. I'm a little cautious here because I see a lot of dots on the map. I think there's one dog left. Damn, look at all the X's. Unfortunately, it was dogs and not wolves. I think it was wolves. We needed wolf's liver. And drowner tongue. So I'm not sure if we got any of those. I mean, I'm not sure if we got the drowner tongue. There we go, drowner tongue. Let me see. Yeah, we need 2 more. The killer whale is really good because you can breathe. It increases the effectiveness by 50%, so you can breathe for quite a long time underwater, which is really nice for certain areas.
Wide, heavy wheels. A merchant's wagon.
What's the fast travel spot here? Was it the triangle that I said? No, I said here, I guess. Yeah, but this is also pretty close. There's gonna be insectoids here, so we're gonna use... We're close to this location. And maybe some... what are they called?
Veered off the road at high speed. Doesn't bode well.
Usually you have rot fiends pretty close to areas like this where stuff goes down. Think that's the insectoids right here. Let's see. Gonna pop insectoid oil. We'll go in. Take these out. Whatever it is. Yeah. Pretty easy fight here. Just be careful not to get attacked by too many at the same time. They're not like wolves or something where they deal so much damage. And they're pretty easy to take down. One warrior. These are a little more annoying. Trying to anticipate his lunge attack. Okay, okay. But pretty easy enemies, honestly. These plebs, they don't put up much of a fight. There are some other insects that are pretty strong. You'll see them later on. But these are pretty plebish. Not something to be afraid of at all. Like you can see, I'm not respecting them much. Because I know they're not going to do much anyway, so... I think there's gonna be rot fiends here.
Yeah, merchant traveling across Velen alone. No way that was gonna end well. Leftovers, cuts of meat, cataplepis. Wonder what spell requires that. Package still intact. Don't sense anything magic, though. Wonder how Keira will explain this one. Human. From an artery. Can't be far. Wouldn't have made it.
Rot fiend is counted as necrophage, so necrophage oil, as you can see here. If we go to bestiary, do this once in a while just to check out the different enemies. But you can see here, I know when I'm gonna use necrophage oil, and it's pretty easy to know. They're kind of similar looking, like ghouls, drowners, foglets, and grave hags and all. They're kind of similar looking, so not that difficult to know what's gonna be useful for what.
Hid and waited for help. It never came. That's Velen for you.
I'm not gonna read everything, just so you guys know. You already probably know that if you follow these Witcher videos. Let's go back to the fast travel spot. Let's go back. It's down there, right? Yeah. We can do these question marks a little bit later on. I mean, I'm not in a hurry, so I want to kind of get done with a couple of the quests. This is pretty close, but let's go here. This is a bit closer.
Come on now.
This is pretty funny, by the way. You'll see. Keira Metz.
Geralt, just when I was starting to miss you.
Got those, substances you wanted?
Splendid. I can finally begin my study of double arboreal racination patterns. But first, I'll...
Brew yourself a mug of mulled wine? Saw what the wagon was carrying. Exquisite meats, expensive wines, Zerrikanian spices. Not a speck of magic. Care to tell me what you're up to?
I would rather show you. But you must wait a bit.
Color me intrigued. Fine, I'll wait.
Then shoo, outside.
Gonna slip into something more comfortable?
Later. Let's not get ahead of ourselves. Well, go on, out. You've been patient, thank you. It's almost ready.
Huh? If I wanted to see white mice, I'd just get drunk.
I love
Note that I
Geralt.
said almost. Now don't interrupt.
The king been faithful.
Third mouse. What happened to it?
The spell has a 66.67% chance of success. I always use one more than I need, just in case.
So where did... Keira, gonna explain what's going on here?
Know the fairy tale about Cinderella?
Mm-hmm. True story it's based on, too. A Zoogle cropped up in a palace pond and ate Princess Cinderella whole. Left behind one slipper, so...
I beg you, not another word about Zoogles. Now, to return to the fairy tale. I'd like to escape these ghastly swamps for one magical night. I don't need a fairy godmother, I'll cast the spells myself. But I could use a Prince Charming. It just so happens you're the only decent candidate in all Velen. So, what do you say to a moonlight ride on horseback? And dinner?
Sounds tempting. So tempting, I don't think I can refuse.
Before we go, there's one more thing.
Gotta transform a pumpkin into a carriage?
No. I shall transform our rancid rags into something more glamorous. Don't wince. It'll only be an illusion, won't hurt a bit. And at dawn, everything will return to normal.
Why not? Might as well go all out.
Then hold on tight.
Gvela Glan.
So, what do you think? Neckline too modest?
It's just right.
Oh, I might also have changed your hair colour while I was at it.
Oh my
I've
goodness.
always fancied dark-haired men. Oh well, any port in a storm. Well, off we go. Dinner's waiting. Last one there does the dishes.
A pretty funny quest close to this location as well. Yeah, right here. Yeah, it's available, so we can go back here and grab that quest now. If you lose, she's gonna mention it.
Congratulations. You'd make an excellent jockey.
If only I were a foot shorter and 5 stone lighter.
Well, yes. But then I'd not have invited you here. Now do you see why I needed those substances?
Beef and cinnamon and cloves, roasted capon with shallots. It was worth the trouble.
Shall I pour the white or the...
Dry red, but let it breathe a little first.
Well, well, never took you for a wine connoisseur.
Think witchers suck the marrow out of drowned bones and wash it down with puddle water?
More or less. Well, we've chatted long enough on empty stomachs. Let's dig in.
Must have cost you a small fortune. Sure you don't need me to pitch in?
Please, I manage. You know, a dozen eggs here, a cock or gander there. Besides, my finances are about to improve.
You have to admit, guys, Geralt's little comments here and there, they're legendary.
How, if you don't mind my asking? I mean, you'd think the only work to be had in Velen would be in farming.
Very true. So, I've two options. I can either start cultivating turnips or leave. But that's not what I wish to discuss. Thank you once again, Geralt, for your help with the tower. You were fabulous.
Not the first curse I've lifted.
But among the most difficult, correct? What happened on that island? Why, I shiver at the thought. And the laboratory. I sincerely hope you burnt everything. The cages, the corpses, the papers.
Didn't destroy that workshop, if that's what you're asking. Didn't see any reason to.
If Alexander's findings were to fall into the wrong hands. Although, Fyke Isle has a terrible reputation. None even dare go there. Perhaps there's nothing to worry about. I'm sorry. Such a gloomy subject approach. I simply shouldn't have, not during our romantic dinner.
Romantic? Thought we came here as friends.
Friends. With benefits. So?
Sorry, there's someone else.
So what? Oh, Geralt, Geralt. You're so old-fashioned. Will you at least lie down and gaze at the stars with me?
Why not?
Yennefer is the only one, guys.
Know what they call that constellation in Zerrikania?
Dragon something, I bet.
No, it has a different name. A bit indecent, actually. Lean closer and I'll whisper it in your ear. Egfain Nave.
Keira? Where? Put me to sleep with a spell. Means she's up to something. Fyke Isle. The tower.
So here, grab... Oh, well, we can do this one here, I guess. It's on the way anyway, so let's do it. Close. Oh, wolves. Wait till you see them run, and then you can attack after you dodge there. Pretty straightforward with wolves. When they run, they will do an attack, like if you're close enough to them. This is good that they're not coming in as a group at once. So they're kind of spread out. Two left. I really hope we get a wolf sliver here. Just be patient, like. And these fights will be very easy. You will not even lose health. As you can see, like, gourmet is very good, but like, you don't even get hit that often. Like, if you're lazy and kind of clumsy sometimes, yeah, you'll get hit. But really, it's not gonna make a huge difference. Where it makes a huge difference is definitely, let's see here. Okay, bear fat. Where this really makes a big difference when it comes to fights like the Jinn, rats, damn, sorry, Jinn, rats, longer fights with very high damage. You have the 6 nightmares if you proc them at once for the trophy. I'm gonna show you that one on Death March with enemy upscaling on, of course. But all these fights, what they have in common is that you want to have as little toxicity on you as possible, so that you can have as many decoctions and potions popped at the same time. So
we're doomed. You's the one brought soured wine.
So therefore, gourmet is really good in those cases.
What are you doing here?
And it's extremely convenient.
The sun flying from the moon? We're making offerings to the All God, clearly.
You too can seek his aid. That's if you got fitting offerings. He scorned ours, then cursed the old village.
And you don't have to worry about, you know, when you rest, and when you rest on Death March, you will not regen any health. So you don't have to rest to get your health back or anything like that. Since you don't get your health back when you rest, the only way is to eat stuff or have healing from other sources. But it's excellent to have gourmet, so you don't have to think about it. So in between fights, if you lost a little bit of health, you know it's gonna go back up.
So what's wrong with your offerings?
You needn't mock us. You can see right well we brought scraps. Before the war, I wouldn't give this such to me elms. But what can we do? Such are the times.
And they're like to get worse. All God said if he don't get a rafter of bacon and a barrel of beer at least, the rivers will fill up with frogs and locusts or some such will devour the harvest.
I could intercede on your behalf with this all-god of yours. Got a feeling we'd come to an understanding.
Well, I suppose it can't hurt to try. To speak with him, you have to stand before the altar and cry out, "All God, help a poor wretch in need." Who knows, he might just listen to a foreigner.
Man, the quest name is pretty funny as well. There will be a couple of chests and stuff down there.
Oh, all God, help a poor wretch in need. Pretty please.
How dare you disturb my divine rest, mortal?
I dare disturb it because I want your divine self to lift the, curse you cast. Those peasants really don't have.
They must bring worthy offerings or they shall face drought, driving hail, earthquakes, avalanches. I have spoken.
Avalanches? Here? How would that work? No answer from the All-God. Fine. We can finish our conversation when I find him. Voice came from underground.
So we can use the magic lamp to find this
in his eye.
Little...
Ought to use it.
Not the lamp, but the eye. To get the illusion away. This is a Sylvan, by the way. This type of enemy. But we're not gonna... Oh my goodness.
What? Who dares disturb my divine being?
Geralt of Rivia. Pleasure. Expected the All-God to be corporeal in form, but never thought he'd be corpulent. Fattened up nicely at those peasants' expense.
Expense? Expense? Not a word about the help I give in return. Blessings, absolutions, enlightened advice. Believe me, these folks need all of it. I'd watch over them still if they fulfilled their end. But lately they offer these pathetic scraps.
That they steal from the mouths of their children, and to make matters worse, you cast a curse on them.
And I'll not lift it till they bring me worthy offerings. I'm to settle for curds and whey? Not a chance. And you can tell them that.
Listen here, lard-ass. You're gonna be satisfied with what you get, or I'll feed you to the ravens.
Plowing reformers. No, fine, fine. I'll sup more modestly. But just till the end of the war, not one day longer.
You can fight him if you want to, but it really doesn't make a difference in terms of... Like the guys up there, they're just gonna get mad at you. Superior beast oil. That is... It's pretty nice. Let's talk to them. If you actually take him out, they're gonna get mad at you.
Talk to your All-God, face to face.
And? Will he show us mercy?
He will. Promise to be pleased with whatever you bring.
I told you the All-God's merciful, understanding. Thanks, Witcher.
You can also tell him about the crypt below, but...
Farewell. The All-God show you favor.
I don't like these guys anyways. What am I doing? There we go. To Fyke Isle, and let's
light. Top floor of the tower.
Just follow the dialogue choices to get the outcome that I get here.
So, found what you were looking for?
Yes, thanks for asking. How are you feeling? Sleep well?
What do you want with those papers?
Why, I aim to use them to continue important work that a man's tragic death put on hold. Alexander was studying the Catriona plague. I'll use his notes to produce medication, perhaps a cure, or at least a vaccine.
Mm-hmm. Strictly humanitarian motivations, is that it?
No, strictly selfish ones. The mighty would pay willingly for such a remedy. Can you imagine how much? Take Radovid, for instance. Why, he might even consider forgetting my past associations with the Lodge.
So this is why I'd like to save her, because she actually wants to save herself. She wasn't honest, but she's afraid, so...
Radovid doesn't forget, and Radovid doesn't forgive, especially when it comes to sorceresses.
He'll make an exception for me. He'll have to. I have something he wants.
Please, you don't believe that.
Well, you believe Yennefer will stop treating you like a dog someday. Don't see me laughing. I'm going to see Radovid, tell him of this research, whether you like it or not.
This is suicide, Keira. You'll wind up tied to a stake, burned to bolster the morals of the masses while entertaining them.
Shut up for a moment and look at me. See this? Bedbugs, Geralt. Bloody bedbugs. I, Keira Metz, advisor to Foltest, a member of the Lodge of Sorceresses, have bedbugs. Think what you will, but I'll not stay in this bloody swamp one day more. Not one day. I shall cross the Pontar, and that means Radovid's men will find me sooner or later. Don't you understand? I don't have a choice. I will have to parley.
Got another option. Go to Kaer Morhen.
You believe I'd be safe there?
Long as you don't piss Lambert off, yes. Emir, Radovid, neither will be able to reach you. Find little in the way of luxury there, but we do have clean sheets.
It's a long way, well beyond the dividing line. But if I keep to the woods until I reach the Kestrel Mountains, I should pass through unnoticed. So be it. Seems I find it hard to refuse you, handsome. You've clearly a notion of what women want, how they think.
Yeah, kinda. So before I go, I'll need you to hand me those notes.
All right, take them already.
It's for her best.
Farewell, Geralt. Or rather, see you soon.
You also affect someone else's life by saving her. You do pair her up with Lambert, which is also nice. So, let's see here. So, guess we'll save here and continue tomorrow again. There is the new save. Thank you so much everyone for watching. I really appreciate all the support. Make sure you subscribe for daily videos on Witcher. Once Cyberpunk comes out, once games like Resident Evil and Horizon Zero Dawn 2 and other different games, we will be focusing a lot on RPGs here and some horror games as well, of course, like Resident Evil 3. I will be uploading content on that as well. But make sure you subscribe, turn on the notifications so you can see when I upload a video. And I wish you all the best and enjoy your Witcher playthroughs. So, see you later, guys.